Hey, what is going on, everybody? I'm going to be releasing this review on both YouTube and my blog. Most of the new reviews are going to be exclusive to the blog, but this one is going to be sort of an interesting review. And I'm also releasing this here because I've got 3 followers on my blog, guys. Come on. Come check it out. There's already 2 reviews up on the blog that are not on YouTube. Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer and God's Bloody Acre, Tomcat's double feature. So come check it out. There's a lot of other content, news, DVD and Blu-ray release news, and just random stuff. It's fun. Come check it out. I'll give another link at the end. But now on to what we're here for. Psycho Holocaust. Stars Raine Brown, who was in Aunt Rose, Barricade, a couple others I can't remember. She's in a lot of low-budget horror films, and Trent Haaga from a lot of trauma movies and a lot of other stuff. It's an interesting film. Premise is typical. A bunch of friends go out into the woods to have a good time because Raine Brown's character is pregnant and she's married to this guy, and they want to kind of have one last getaway party type thing before parenthood, which is always a good idea when you get ready to have a baby. Go out and have a bash before baby comes, because once baby comes, you're not going to be doing much anymore. And they get out there and they are stalked, tortured, murdered by 3 former Iraqi war veterans. Now, what's interesting about the movie is there are a lot of negatives and there are a lot of positives, and usually one outweighs the other. But in my point of view, they kind of even each other out. So it's a very strange decision to make. It's a hard decision to make. It's not strange. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, first I'm going to go with the negatives. First thing you notice is that the film looks like total hell. It looks like they shot the thing on high 8 video camera. I mean, it looks awful. It's washed out. They filmed some scenes in direct sun, and I mean, you can just see the heads of these people. Like, the rest of it is just completely washed out. You can't see anything else. So I went to check the IMDb site to see if I could find out what they filmed this on, because if they filmed it on, I know it's a low budget movie. If they filmed it on high 8, at least I know why it looks bad. But the cameras they showed, I looked them up, and they're saying they're HD cameras. I'm sorry, this film was not made on an HD camera. So either somebody made the movie to look like this, which is retarded. I don't know why you would do that, or the IMDb information is incorrect. 2 is the audio. Not so much the audio, the regular audio in the film, but there are a couple scenes when background noise and or background audio overpower the audio of the dialogue. There's a scene in the van when they're coming to the campsite, and they turn the radio on, and the music is completely like the background audio for the music is a lot higher than the dialogue audio. They're saying stuff, but you can't even hear what they're saying. Now, a cool side note to that scene is the radio announcer is Herschel Gordon Lewis, so that's pretty cool. And I thought, well, maybe since it's Herschel Gordon Lewis, they're just trying to make sure everybody can hear it. Because it seems you can't hear anything that they're saying. And then there's another scene where Raine Brown's character and her best friend go down to like the creek area to talk, and there's three shots in this scene. There's a close up of Raine, there's a close up of her friend, and then there's a wide shot to show them both. I don't know if you can hear that. My cat is puking. Yay. The close up of Raine Brown sounds fine. The wide shot sounds fine. The close up of her friend, you can't hear a thing she's saying because the audio of the water running is so high that you can't understand a word she's saying. So I know it's a low budget movie, but when it impedes on what's supposed to be going on and you can't even understand what they're saying, it's a little bothersome. 3, the acting seems forced. Kind of hard to explain. It's almost like it's overacted subtly. Now, Trent Haaga is overacting, of course, but that's just sort of what he does, and we kind of all expect that from him, which is fine. But everybody else, the dialogue seems very forced. Now, that could be an acting problem, or it could be a directing problem. I don't know. There are times when it just seems a little silly and not to be taken seriously. I mean, of course, it's a horror movie about people getting tortured and butchered, so you can't take it too seriously. But that's a little... Now, on the good and both sides, we have the gore. There's a lot of it, which is good. And most of the effects are done very well. Some are done very badly. There's a scene where a guy gets his arm cut off after he's been killed, and it's just like, it's obviously a mannequin. Like, not even, they didn't even try to hide it. There's some other scenes when people are running through the woods and there's random bodies strewn about. Obviously, mannequin looking. I mean, there's one where you can even see the line on the leg where it's been hooked together. Yeah, well, that's about all the negatives. Now we go to the positives. Great soundtrack. It's done by Giallo's Flame, who I've seen a couple of other films that they've done the score for. They're pretty good. Now, the score was heavily influenced, and I mean heavily influenced by the Beyond soundtrack and the Cannibal Holocaust soundtrack. So much so that it's like, I mean, it's blatantly obvious. You know, I'm sure they changed notes and here and there. It's not the whole songs. They're just pieces to that song that are just like literally taken straight from those soundtracks. But still, it's a good soundtrack. Again, the gore, a lot of it. And there's one scene that, there's one kill that is pretty brutal. A guy is dispatched in a way that I have seen before. I saw it in Maskhead. But they actually didn't go as far as this one does. It's pretty ruthless. And another positive I found entertaining was they nod to a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few other horror exploitation films. One of the killers wears a burlap sack over his face, and it's sort of molded to his face. So you've got Leatherface reference, you've got Friday the 13th reference there too. There's also some Last House references. There's some Last House on Dead End Street references, which I was kind of surprised to see. Another positive, it moves pretty quickly. You know, you've got your setup, which is about 20 to 30 minutes, and then the action starts. And it doesn't really let up until the end, which is great. It's edited pretty well, and it's directed pretty well, in my opinion, except for that little acting thing. I'm not sure whose fault that was, but I honestly believe that this guy, this director, if he could get some more money and better equipment and maybe some better actors, he would have probably a pretty damn good movie on his hands. This one is just, you just got to weigh the negatives and the positives. If you can look over those negatives, you're probably going to have a good time with the movie. It's just, you're going to have to make that decision for yourself. This is one of those weird ones where I can't really make a recommendation. I can give you the information, and you can make your decision from there. I'm still undecided on whether or not I'm going to even keep this. Probably have to watch it again, to be honest. So there's that. Feature-wise, this thing, for a movie this low budget, man, they loaded this thing with features. You have a behind-the-scenes featurette, which is basically some guy, I don't know who, he's behind the camera. They say his name, but I don't recognize the name in any of the credits. His name is Vincent, and some random girl. I don't know who she is. She doesn't look at all like she would watch this film. She doesn't look at all like she's interested, so I don't know why she's there. There's honestly parts of that feature that she's asking the Vincent guy behind the camera, is this all you want? What, do you want me to ask some more questions? Like, it's almost like the girl was cute enough, so they were like, well, I don't want to be on camera. Let's get the cute girl to ask the questions. But they go to the garage where the special effects team is making some of the stuff, and the special effects artist explains it. It's not bad. It's a little long. Next is a making of, which has special effects artists, a few of the actors, and another crew member that I don't remember what he did. But it's a making of. They talk about making the movie and stuff like that. It runs a good amount of time, maybe 20 minutes. And I'll mind you, all these look terribly. The video quality is awful. It looks like what the movie was made on, which was not a fucking HD camera. I don't care what you say. Then you have, except for one feature, which was called At Home with Billy Garbarina, who plays the male lead, Raine Brown's husband. He made it at home with, I guess, a camera of his, and it looks good. Let's see. There's a commentary on here? I didn't notice that on the features, but maybe I'll listen to it with commentary. Maybe it'll explain some of the things. Anyway, on-set interviews. You have interviews with Billy Garbarina, Raine Brown, Trent Haaga, and other cast members. That one is quite long and gets quite tedious, and I actually turned it off after a while. It's like a Holocaust outtakes, which are just sort of deleted type scenes and some random behind the scenes type footage. So, and some independent entertainment trailers. So, there you have all the info. Go out and make the decision for yourself, and get to my blog, Blow Your Brains Out Reviews. .blogspot.com. I'm going to put the link up here. Well, not a link, but I'm going to put the web address up here. And check it out. Come on. 3 followers. That's sad, guys. Come on. All right. There's another one I'm going to be releasing here and on the blog pretty soon. But I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 other reviews that are just going to be exclusive to the blog. So go check it out. I'll see you next time.